Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, 1 minute. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you for this AICT ISTE sponsored induction by reflection program titled FPGA for Low Power IoT. I welcome all the participants from various colleges, and I welcome the resource person of the day, Dr. Krishnaveni ma'am, for presenting her topic on reversible logic computing with FPGA for low power applications. I also take this opportunity to introduce our resource person of today to the participants. One minute. Ma'am, my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is visible.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So, Dr. D. Krishnaveni completed her bachelor's degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh, master's degree in Electronics from Vishwesvaraya Technical University, Karnataka, and PhD in Reversible Logic Domain from Vishwesvaraya Technological University. Currently, she is working as Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Jyoti Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Her areas of interest include digital electronics, VLSI, and reversible logic domain for low power applications. And she has more than 22 years of teaching experience and has guided many projects for UG and PG students. And she is also a life member of ISTE and ISG. On behalf of SRM Aliamai Engineering College, Management and Department of ECE, I welcome you, ma'am. And now you can take your stage and you can start your session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll share my screen.
Ma'am, you share, ma'am.
Hello, is my screen visible?
It's visible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Participants, please confirm kindly, and you are welcome to interact with ma'am. Please, uh, then and there
Yeah.
you can ask questions. Thank you, ma'am. You can
Thank
start,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to speak about reversible logic computing with FPGA for low power applications. So, optimization of power dissipation, it is a major challenge in the design of complex digital integrated circuits. Now, we have already come to a point where in VLSI, the number of transistors in the chip have increased a lot, and we are like there is so much research going on in the field to reduce the power dissipation. In case of conventional digital design using irreversible logic circuits, that means using conventional gates, the loss of information gives rise to increased energy dissipation and power consumption. So reversible logic, it has emerged as the most sustainable alternative to the challenge of reducing the power dissipation, and can be implemented in the design of low power CMOS design. Reversible circuits are of high interest in the field of low power CMOS design, optical computing, quantum computing, and nanotechnology, etc. And with increase in the complexity of CMOS VLSI circuits, we know that power dissipation has become the main area of concern in the VLSI design. Circuits and systems that are constructed using conventional logic blocks or normal gates, they actually lose 1 bit of information. So for every 1 bit of information being lost, there is a heat dissipation of kT natural logarithm of 2 joules of heat energy. So the heat generated due to the loss of 1 bit of information, it may be small, but when we consider millions and billions of transistors on the chip, then the heat dissipated because of loss of information would be very high. So Bennett in 1973 he has showed that the zero power dissipation in logic circuits is possible if a circuit is composed of reversible logic gates, since the amount of energy dissipated in a system bears a direct
யார் நானா
relationship to the
மேடம் நீங்க எல்லாரும் மாஸ்க் போடல சும்மா தான் இருக்கீங்க.
hello. Actually, I'm getting some
எனக்கு
disturbance.
இப்படி போட்டுக்கிறதுக்கே அதனால பக்கத்துலயே வச்சுப்பேன், எடுத்து போகும்போதெல்லாம் போட்டுட்டு தான் போவேன்.
Jainmoli ma'am, please.
I'm getting some disturbance.
Yes ma'am, I have muted ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Yeah, so the amount of energy dissipated in the system, it bears a direct relationship to the number of bits that is being erased or lost during the computation. So the state of output prior to, during, present output transactions must be known before a non-dissipative transaction of the output. So this is the copy of the state of the output must always be present, which can be obtained by using reversible logic. So the circuit constructed using reversible logic, it does not erase or lose any information. Thus, reversible computation in a system can be performed only when the system comprises of reversible logic gates. So the energy dissipation, it can be reduced if we are going to compute the calculations using reversible logic way. Interest in reversible computation, it arises from the desire to reduce heat dissipation, thereby allowing higher densities and higher speed. Reversible logic, it supports the process of running the system both in the forward and in the backward direction. This means that reversible computation can generate inputs from outputs, and then the outputs can be obtained back, inputs can be obtained back from the outputs. Now, there are two main approaches of the design of reversible circuits. One is that the reversible gates present in the circuit are the irreversible gates present in the circuit can be replaced by their corresponding reversible counterparts. And the other approach is that that a second approach, we call it as the truth table extension method. And here we start with the irreversible truth table and then extend it to an augmented truth table. So an n input, n output totally specified Boolean function is reversible if and only if the input patterns are mapped uniquely to the output patterns. That means for every input, there is a unique output obtained. Their outputs will not repeat themselves. So this helps us to determine the output from the inputs, and the inputs can be recovered back from the outputs. A balanced reversible function, it has half of the minterms equal to 1 and half of the minterms equal to 0. The input that is added to an n cross k function to make that reversible, we call it as constant inputs. Similarly, the outputs of the reversible circuit that are not used in the circuit, further, they are known as garbage outputs. So here in this particular case, the garbage outputs, they are the outputs that are being added to actually preserve the reversibility, but these outputs will not be further taken as inputs to any other gates. So that is the reason why we call them as the garbage outputs. Next is quantum cost. Quantum cost, it refers to the cost of the circuit in terms of cost of the primitive gates. The primitive gates means 1 cross 1 and 2 cross 2 reversible logic gates. So the time taken for an input signal to reach the output, or the time taken for the circuit to respond to the changes in the input, we call it as delay. Now delay of different circuit varies on the design complexity. So the delay of the circuit through which an input signal has to traverse is computed by finding the number of 1 cross 1 and 2 cross 2 reversible logic gates which constitute the design. So delay through 1 cross 1 or 2 cross 2 reversible gate is assumed to be equal to 1 delta. Now, in reversible logic design, fan-outs are not permitted. Similarly, feedback from the gate output to the input is also not permitted. What does that mean? That means output of a reversible logic gate can be connected as input to only one gate. Similarly, the output of a reversible logic gate cannot be fed back to the same gate as input. So if we have to do so, we have to use additional reversible logic gates. Quantum circuit. So any reversible gate, it can be decomposed into a quantum circuit, and the quantum circuit consists of elementary quantum gates such as NOT gate, C0 gate, swap gate, controlled V gate, controlled V plus gate. Quantum gates, they are reversible and encode information in terms of qubits 1 and 0. And here the NOT gate, as you can see in the figure, like it is represented by a XOR plus XOR sign. A is given as input, we get A bar. C0 or controlled NOT gate, here it has got two inputs A and B. So the first output A acts as the control input and B acts as the normal input. So A will be obtained at the output, A XOR B will be obtained at the output. So you have two inputs and two outputs. Next we have swap gate. Swap gate, it swaps both the inputs, like A and B are the two inputs. So at the output we get B and A. Next we have is controlled V gate and controlled V plus gate. Controlled V gate, it performs V operation. This V operation is also known as square root of NOT gate, and two NOT gates, consecutive two V operations is equal to NOT operation or equal to inversion. So controlled V0 gate, V gate, it depends upon the value of the control input. In this case, the control input is A. So if A is equal to 1, then in that particular case, V operation on the input B is performed. If A is equal to 0, B is passed as it is. Similarly, next is controlled V plus gate. In controlled V plus gate is opposite or complement to that of V gate, but consecutive V plus gates also perform inversion or NOT operation. Here also A is equal to 1, then V plus of B is performed, otherwise B will be sent as it is to the output. These are all elementary quantum gates. So let us see what are the basic reversible logic gates. First, let us see what is a NOT gate. NOT gate, as I had told you previously, A is given as the input and complement of A will be the output. So it has got one input and one output. So it is a 1 cross 1 reversible logic gate, and its quantum cost is 1. Next is Feynman gate. Feynman gate is a 2 cross 2 reversible logic gate. Now here A and B are the inputs, P and Q are the outputs. The input A is passed to the output P, so P is equal to A, whereas output Q is equal to A XOR B. So Feynman gate is also known as the controlled NOT gate. So when A is equal to 1, at Q we are going to get B bar, whereas if A equal to 0, then Q is equal to B. This is the quantum circuit of the Feynman gate or the C0 gate. Here, the quantum cost of the Feynman gate is 1. So here, if we have like normal NOT gate, we have 0 is the input, 1 is the output, and 1 is the input, 0 is the output. So what we do is that we are going to add one more input, that is A, and then two outputs we have. So in this case, you can see that when A equal to 0, then whatever is the value of B is passed to the output, and when A equal to 1, then B complement is obtained at Q. Now, because we have to convert it into reversible logic gate, we are adding one more output P. Actually, this input A and this input output P are added so that the number of inputs and number of outputs are equal. So here in this particular case, for 0, 0, whenever A is equal to 0, we have got Q is equal to B, and A equal to 1, we have got Q is equal to B bar. And the output P is equal to A. So the equations we get is P is equal to A and Q is equal to A XOR B. So this is what is the block diagram and the quantum circuit, A XOR B. Next is Toffoli gate. Toffoli gate is a 3 cross 3 gate. It implies that there are 3 inputs and 3 outputs. Then the outputs are in such a way that P is equal to A. That means the input A passes to the output. Q equal to B. That is input B passes to the output. And R is equal to AB XOR C. So we take A, B XOR C. This is the quantum circuit. And further, if we are going to use elementary reversible gates, elementary quantum gates, then this is the circuit. Now, from the elementary quantum gates, we come to know that the quantum cost of Toffoli gate is 5. Now here, when C equal to 0, then R is equal to AB. And similarly, if C is equal to 1, then R is equal to AB bar. So Toffoli gate can be used to obtain AND gate and NAND gate. This is the truth table of AND gate. Now here we can see that we have 3 zeros and a single one at the output. So the main condition for designing a reversible gate is the number of inputs should be equal to number of outputs. So in addition to the inputs A, B, we add another input, and similarly we have 3 outputs. So here in this particular case, whenever A equal to 0, the output at R we are getting is we are getting the AND operation, and whenever A is equal to 1, then here in this particular case, we are getting, like, whenever C is equal to 0, we are getting AB, and whenever C is equal to 1, we are getting AB bar in this particular column of R. When C is equal to 0, we get AB. When C equal to 1, we get AB bar. Whereas P and Q we had added so that the concept of reversibility holds good. That means P equal to A and Q equal to B. You can see from the truth table that at each column of the output, the number of zeros and number of ones are equal. And you can also see that no output has repeated. 0, 0, 0, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 6. So none of the outputs have repeated. So I had already shown you the quantum circuit. Quantum cost of Toffoli gate is 5. Next come to Fredkin gate. Fredkin gate is also a 3 cross 3 reversible logic gate. It has got 3 inputs and 3 outputs. Now here in this case, the quantum cost is 5 once again. If the circuit is decomposed into elementary quantum gates, then the quantum cost is 5. Now here in this particular case, output Q is equal to A bar B XOR AC, and output R is equal to AB XOR A bar C. Fredkin gate can be used as a multiplexer. Like if A can be considered as a select line, then when A is equal to 0, then B is selected and sent to the output, and A is equal to 1, then C can be taken from the output. Similarly, the other way around is possible when we consider the output at R. The truth table of Fredkin gate is in this manner. P is equal to A, Q equal to A bar B XOR AC and R is equal to A bar C XOR AB. So this is the way in which we decompose. First, initially, the quantum circuit is drawn in this manner using XOR operations. And after the XOR operation circuit is being drawn, then the circuit is converted into like elementary quantum gates. Next is Perez gate. Perez gate, it is also a 3x3 gate. The input vector is like you have A, B, C as the inputs, and outputs we have A XOR B, AB XOR C. And here the quantum cost of this gate is 4. So we have A XOR B here, and A into B XOR C is obtained from this part. So here this part can be converted into the quantum circuit of Toffoli gate, and one more XOR gate is present here. So together it gives us a quantum cost of 4. Now this is the truth table of a half adder. Like you have A and B as the inputs. At Q output is nothing but the sum operation of A and B, and R is the AND operation of A and B. Now if this has to be converted to reversible circuit, then the inputs A, B, C, like one more input is being added, C input is being added, and then P output is added to, so that the number of inputs is equal to number of outputs. Now here, P, you can see it is equal to A, but Q, it is equal to XOR operation of A and B. And R is equal to AND operation of A and B whenever C equal to 0. Otherwise, when C is equal to 1, then R produces AB whole bar, that is NAND operation. So if this particular circuit has to act as a half adder, then we have to take C equal to 0. So that at Q, we get A XOR B, that is the sum of A and B, and at R, we get AB. So that is nothing but the carry of the half adder. So this is the quantum circuit as I had shown you. So the this Toffoli gate configuration, we replace it with the Toffoli gate quantum circuit, and one more XOR operation is here. So these two XOR operations cancel. So the total we have 4 elementary quantum gates. So that is the reason why quantum cost is equal to 4. If we want to perform the half adder design as I had explained you, now this is the truth table of the half adder. Now here, when the input is 0, output is 0, 0. That means 0, 0. Input is 0, 1, output is 1, 0. Input is 1, 0, output is 1, 0. And input is 1, 1, output is 0, 1. What does this mean? From 0, we are getting 0. From 1, we are getting 2. From 2, we are getting 2. And from 3, we are getting 1. That means 0 to 0, 1 to 2, 2 to 2, and 3 to 1. So you can see that the output has repeated in these two conditions. When the input is 1 and input is 2, both these cases output is 2. So if we have to design a reversible logic circuit or reversible logic gate, the outputs should not repeat. They should be unique. For every input, there should be a unique combination of the output bits. So that is the reason why, even though the number of inputs is equal to number of outputs in this case, this circuit, which there is a half adder circuit, normal half adder circuit, it is not a reversible circuit. So if we have to convert this to a reversible circuit, what we have to do is we will be adding one input. So here what did we do is that P we had copied same as A, and then next case what we do is that we add another column Q, where Q is equal to A XOR B. Next we add another column R. Here R is equal to AB XOR C. So add as I had explained you, when C is equal to 0, then Q will produce the sum and R will produce the carry AB. So the complete truth table, the original, this is the irreversible logic truth table of half adder circuit, and this is the truth table of reversible half adder circuit. So both, all the three inputs you have, three outputs we have. In addition to that, here in this particular case, we have for every input we have corresponding or unique output. So we can see here that when input is 0, output is 0. Input is 1, output is 1. Input is 2, output is 2. Input is 3, output is 3. For 4, output is 6. For 5, output is 7. For 6, it is 5, and for 7, it is 4. So we can see that not even a single output has been repeated. So the transactions have been written here from 0 to 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 5, and 7 to 4. Now, if I say that the inputs can be obtained back from the outputs, what does that mean? Let us say I give if I give the input as 0, I'm getting back 0. If I give 1, I'm getting back 1. 2, I'm getting back 2. 3, I'm getting back 3. 4, when I give the input 4, how will I get back 4 again? Actually, the transactions are like 4 to 6, from 6 to 5, and then 5 to 7, and 7 to 4. So from 4 to 6, 6 to 5, 5 to 7, and 7 to 4. So this is how the transaction has occurred, and we come back to the original input 4 which we had given. So from 4 it goes to 6. That 6 is given as input, we get 5. 5 is given as input, we get 7. 7 is given as input, we get 4. So this continues. Similarly, 5, if my input is 5, from 5 to 7, 7 to 4, 4 to 6, and 6 to 5. So like this, if we start at one particular input, we come back to that particular input
நீங்க
once
இது
again.
ஜாயின் பண்ணலையாமா? வரலையா? நான் உங்களுக்கு ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணிட்டா?
So here in this particular case, if I say that this is the introduction to the reversible logic circuits. Now, if this reversible logic circuits, this concept of reversible logic circuits need to be applied to our digital circuits and for low power analysis, then what is the design flow? First, we take the specifications. Using the specifications, what is the logic circuit that need to be designed? Based on that, reversible logic gates will be designed. Now, if our logic circuit can make use of already existing reversible logic gates, well and good. Otherwise, new reversible logic gates can be designed. Each reversible logic gate that is newly designed, it has to be simulated and the functionality verified. Functionality of the gate will be verified. Now we use all the reversible logic gates that we have designed, and existing reversible logic gates can also be used to design a reversible logic circuit. The reversible logic circuit that is being designed is now once again simulated to verify its functionality. Similarly, the performance analysis of the reversible logic circuit is done. What do you mean by performance analysis? Whatever logic circuit we have designed, that reversible logic circuit, we are going to compute the constant inputs, garbage outputs, quantum cost, and delay of the circuit. And then we compare it with the existing designs. So if our design it has got the number of these parameters is less compared to the existing circuits, then in that case our design is better than the previous existing designs. whatever logic circuit, reversible logic circuit we have designed, it will be synthesized. What does this mean? We are going to use write a Verilog program based on the logic circuit we have designed, and using any of the softwares like Xilinx, we synthesize the program. So after the program has been synthesized, then a netlist will be generated. That netlist is going to be implemented on the FPGA. Once the program is implemented on the FPGA, we can view the RTL schematic, we can view the technological schematic, and we can actually check the functionality of our design on the FPGA as well. In addition, we can see what are the parameters like speed, memory usage, etc. And we can come to know that our design performs much better than the existing designs. So some of the examples of the designs that have been done by us, I'm showing showing here. Reversible logic fade gate. This reversible logic fade gate, it performs the operation of full adder, 2 is to 4 decoder, and 4 is to 2 encoder. So this is a 4 cross 4 reversible logic gate. So here in this case, A, B, C, D are the inputs, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3 are the outputs. Now this minterm notation, it tells us about the truth table of this fade gate. When A is made equal to 0, BCD will act as the inputs to the full adder, and Y2 and Y3, we are going to get the sum and the carry. So fade gate can perform the operation of a full adder. Next, if this particular fade gate that has been designed, it has to work as a 2 is to 4 decoder, then we keep A is equal to 1 and B equal to 1. Then CD are the two inputs, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3 are the four outputs. So this fade gate acts as a 2 is to 4 decoder. Next we have, like if the fade gate has to work as 4 is to 2 encoder, then all the four inputs A, B, C, D will be considered as the inputs, and Y0 and Y1 will be considered as the outputs of the 4 is to 2 encoder. Now the outputs which were not used are considered as the garbage outputs. The inputs that have been kept constant are nothing but the constant inputs. Here in this case, if fade gate is working as a full adder, A is equal to 0 will act as a constant input. Here G1 and G2 are the garbage outputs. If the fade gate is working as a 2 is to 4 decoder, then A and B equal to 1 are considered as constant inputs. Here there are no garbage outputs because all the four outputs are utilized. Next, if the fade gate works as a 4 is to 2 encoder, all the four inputs are, are considered as inputs, so there is no constant input, and G1 and G2 are the garbage outputs. Now these are the simulation results just to show that the fade gate worked properly, and we make use of the FPGA. As I have told you previously, once you have designed the circuit, you get the expressions from the truth table. Once you get the expressions from the truth table, you can write the Verilog program. It is better we write the structural Verilog program, and after that we simulate, and once the simulation results are okay, we go for synthesis of our program and download the netlist onto the FPGA. So here the FPGA that has used is being Spartan XCPS 400, which has got a number of pins equal to 208. Now here the inputs are 1110 and the output obtained is 0010. Next gate which was designed by us was Cyric. The name given to the gate was Cyric gate. Now this performs the operation of basic gates and universal gates. The strobe input, it acts as a constant input. Now, so you can see here that when strobe is equal to 0, AND operation, OR operation, NOT and XOR operation is being obtained at the outputs. Whereas if strobe is equal to 1, then NAND, NOR, NOT and XNOR operation of the inputs is being obtained at the output. Now these are the simulation results, and this gate also the program was written using Verilog, and then it was implemented on the FPGA. We had obtained the uh, outputs. Similarly, another example of designing reversible logic circuit, we had designed reversible single precision floating point multiplier. Now the single precision floating point multiplier, it consists of like 1 bit of sign, 8 bits of exponent and 23 bits of 24 bits of mantissa. So here for floating point multiplication, we had to separately perform the operation on the exponent, separately perform the operation on the sign bits, and 24 cross 24 multiplier was required. Then we had a normalization unit and rounding unit. Now, this is the simulation results which we had got for, I've shown you for one example. This is the final value of the output that was obtained. And once it was implemented on the FPGA, we can see here that using reversible logic, actually we had checked for the 24 cross 24 bit multiplier as well. 24 cross 24 bit multiplier, it required 15.31 seconds, whereas a conventional 24 bit multiplier, it required 1 minute 5 seconds. Similarly, the memory usage also for 24-bit multiplier, it was 187.9 when reversible logic circuit was used, but in conventional 214 megabytes were the memory usage. Similarly, you can see the other parameters. And single precision floating point multiplier, also we can see that the results are far better compared to normal 24-bit multiplier. Then in that case, if we are going to design a single precision floating point multiplier using conventional logic gates, then we can see how much more the CPU time would be. And these are the results of one of the outputs from the floating point, single precision floating point multiplier. So conclusion is like I have actually shown you different types of reversible logic gates that are existing, very elementary reversible logic gates that are existing. Many researchers have designed their own reversible logic gates to be used in the reversible logic circuit, and the quantum cost, the constant inputs, garbage outputs, number of reversible logic gates that are being used in reversible logic circuit, all these things are considered. These values have to be minimized for the reversible logic circuit to be to give us efficient performance. So to achieve the optimization or efficient performance of reversible logic circuits, it is necessary for us to minimize the garbage outputs, minimize the additional inputs or constant inputs, minimize the total number of gates, minimize the delay of the circuit. So if already existing reversible logic circuits are there, we can design new reversible logic circuits, and in such a way that these parameters are minimal in our design compared to the existing designs, and then we can implement them on the FPGA, and then we can check the performance parameter, and the parameters can be checked like to see whether our design is performing better than the other designs. Similarly, what we can do is that this reversible logic circuits, whatever we design, they can be implemented using transistor level. FPGA means at the gate level, you are writing the Verilog program and you are synthesizing, and then you are downloading the program onto the FPGA. But if you want transistor level circuitry, like transistor at power analysis, if we want to perform, then what we can do is that we can take the reversible logic circuit that we have designed, convert it into a transistor level circuit using CMOS technology or any other or pass transistor technology. Then after getting the transistor level circuit, we can get the layout of the circuit. And from the layout of the circuit, the power analysis can be performed. And it can be seen that the power dissipation when the logic circuits are designed using reversible logic gates is far less compared to the logic circuits which use the normal gates. So reversible logic gates can be used for low power applications, and the implementation of the reversible logic circuits on the FPGA uh, and our VLSI design, they lead to improved results. Thank you.
முடிச்சிட்டாங்க. என்ன சொல்றாங்க?
Hello. Anybody has doubts? I can clear the doubts.
இல்லையே.
Hello.
இல்ல அவங்க அன்மியூட் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க.
Hello. Hello.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Participants, if you have any doubts, you can clarify with the resource person. Or even you can post it in the chat box.
No questions?
I think there are no questions, and they are asking for a PPT only. So participants, the PPT will be provided at the end of the session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the nice session, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, I had finished faster. I don't know.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But okay, ma'am. The session details are very informative. Anyway, you have done it fastly. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, like for everybody, the concept they have understood. I hope so. They have
Yes,
understood
ma'am.
the concept. The thing is, because it is PPT, everything went fast. But when we are writing it, it would have been slower.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank
Sure,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, participants, the quiz link for today's session will be posted in the evening. It will be open till tomorrow morning. You can attend the MCQ till tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. If there is any changes, we will post the changes in WhatsApp group. So I request all the participants to join in the WhatsApp group without fail, as all the communications will be provided in the WhatsApp group only. Right? So daily you have your test quizzes, and feedback you will have it only on the day 5. So you have only test on daily basis, and on day 5 again you have one more test and feedback session. I mean day 6, sorry. So the attendance is compulsory, so you please attend the session. The test link we will be posting it in the WhatsApp group, or I shall post it here also. You don't worry, I will post it now. So it will have only 5 questions, right? Just a minute, I will post the link over here. I will post the link, test link in WhatsApp group also. There is no feedback. Feedback will be obtained only on last day, last session. It doesn't mean that you have to attend only the last session, because the attendance will be calculated in a cumulative way. You will be downloading the attendance randomly. The PPTs will be shared to you after the completion of the event, because we have to consolidate all the PPTs from all the resource person. So after completion on 1 or 2 days, we will share it with the Google Drive. Right? So if you don't have any queries, you can leave now. We will meet tomorrow. Test is compulsory. You please attend the test. So if you have completed, you can leave.